She's trying to get her attention.
She was telling me that day, but I didn't know what it was.
Oh, it's when gifted talented
Oh,
for high school. Yeah, so the exam decided to be six, and then based on that, she had to select it. So surely it must have to go to she's going to attempt it next semester.
Yeah, he's not gonna get on the chair.
Exam.
Hello. 100. Sushi.
All right.
Sushi. Sushi.
So we'll get started now. Let me just quickly share something with your parents. So, Anay, could you stay muted? Kamal, Aaron, all of you guys, remember to stay muted, please. All right. Decline. Dun, dun. Admit. Decline. Aaron, could you please stop sending me invitations for things? Thank you.
Sorry, but what are these things on my screen?
I'm not sure, but you don't have to send them through or click them.
Okay. Sorry.
So, everyone, welcome to our extra session. So we've finished all of our exams. And then these sessions, what I'm hoping to do is go through some of those mock exams. And then also hey everyone, unfortunately, the class is full. It is being live streamed. Right. There is
Melvin, the waiting room is so varying. Like people just leave and then they join and then they leave. That's how I got in.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Is this mock not mock exam? Is this Zoom session like about mock exam 5, or is it like about the grading bundle?
All right. So, okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was just sending a message to the WhatsApp group chat. So today, the plan is to go through some questions you guys have, and also after that to maybe go through anything I want to go through. At this stage, I don't have anything specific I might go through today. I have a few things that I want to revise tomorrow, but other than that, today I think mostly I'll just take individual questions from people. Now, is there anyone in today's call who is in year 5? Anyone in year 5? If you are in year 5, I'll ask you to leave the call just because as we have, such little time to the actual gate exam, I want to give the opportunity to more of the year 6s to join onto the Zoom as opposed to people in year 5. But yeah, let's get started. One of the question was, do we have to stay for the entire session? No, you don't have to. So this is not like a required session, and it's not something, that was actually part of the plan. I just had some extra time over this week, and I decided, I'll run some extra free classes to, 1, answer some of your questions, and 2, to revise some important things. So there's no requirement for you to join. It's just something I'm doing for you guys extra. All right. So starting with the questions, what I'll do is, can I get a show of hands if you've never had any questions that I've never answered before? So for example, I've never answered any of your questions during the Zoom call. People I have answered, I will ask you not to put your hands up dishonestly. For example, Elma, I'm pretty sure, actually, no, Elma took her hands down. Thanks, Elma.
Hands up कैसे करते हैं?
Is this Kavya Dadwal?
Hands up कैसे करते हैं?
No, it's Kavya Dalal.
Sorry, Dalal. Kavya, I've definitely answered a lot of your questions over the past few Zoom calls. So yeah, I want to make sure that I try to answer people's questions who have not answered at all, so that way they get a chance as well. So at the moment we have Vaiga, Balu Candy. Balu Candy, could you change your name to the real name? And then Samsung SMX205, please change your name as well. And yeah, also the person called Amay, could you please stay muted? This is the second time I've had to mute you. And who's King Patel?
Melvin, I'm Balu Candy, so basically we don't know how to change our name now.
What's your actual name?
Karthik.
Karthik. All right, I can change that for you.
Thank you.
All right, Karthik. Okay. All right. And Amay, please stay muted. This is the third time I'm asking, to stay muted. Okay, perfect. So guys, let's get started now that the distractions are all over. Okay, so I'm going to write down the names of people who I will be taking questions from first, and then I'll ask everyone else to not send your questions in while I'm going through these guys. So we have Vaiga, then we have Karthik, and then we have Sriram. I've answered your questions surely before.
No.
Okay, then Sriram, Shayan, Sanvi. Is this okay? No, I haven't. Sanvi, Tanish, Shane, Yug, I've definitely answered your questions before. Sophia, Shreya, Jewel, Avni, Yug, Pranit, Komal, Jerome, Isabella, Raiden, Harin, Shoria, Ethan. I'll take you guys first, and then I'll go through the rest. Jace, I've definitely done your questions before.
Melvin.
Aryan, I've definitely done your questions before. So guys, yeah, come on. Let's just be honest. I want to help everyone as much as I can. But if you're being dishonest and not waiting your turn, it's really unfair. Again, quick few reminders of classroom manners I've had to ask before a few times as well. Remember, when someone is speaking, don't speak over them. Whether it's me speaking or if it's a student speaking, I would ask you to stay muted and not speak over the other person and wait till they've finished. Otherwise, what happens is, as a teacher, when I'm teaching, it does get very distracting. I won't be able to continue my line of thought if I'm getting distracted. The second thing is, if you spam questions in the chat, I won't be going through those questions. Simply because, it's just not good manners, and I'm trying to go through the things as well. And yeah, the last thing is just remember to stay muted unless I ask you a question, so that way, we can have a productive session. So starting off with Vaiga, which question would you like to go through first?
Yeah, so I want to go through question 1.
From?
I just want to, I'm not really sure how to do question 1.
No, but from which exam, which subject?
Mock exam 5.
Okay, which subject?
Quantitative.
Okay, quantitative. All right, let's take a look. All right, this question, Vaiga?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay. So basically, Vaiga, in this question, what they're saying is you have this shape at the, guys, I'm just getting a lot of messages through. All right, so question 1 says centicubes are cubes with 1 centimeter edge length. Keshav makes a solid cube of 6 centimeter edge length using centicubes. He removes a few centicubes from the solid to make square holes. What is the volume of the shape on the right? So imagine you have this shape here, Vaiga. Basically, they've removed a square from the inside and then a few other, cubes, and then you have this shape. Do you understand? And the questions are basically asking you, what is the volume of this shape? So the easiest way to find out the volume of this shape is to take the volume of this shape and subtract the gap. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the left shape, it's 6 by 6 by 6, which is 6 times 6 is 36, times another 6 is 216 centimeters squared. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Next, we have on the right-hand side, we have this shape here. Now, within this shape, Vaiga, if you look, inside, we can make a square, right? And that is, what's the dimensions of the square on the inside, Vaiga?
4 by 4 by 4.
Yeah, 4 by 4 by 4. So actually, let me just draw it for you so it's easier to visualize. There you go. So we have the square here, square there, square there, square there, and then
The whole thing's volume is 216. A hole under yeah. What is that hole's volume? Can you see the hole over here?
who's
Whose
speaking?
volume is 16.
Guys, could
4
you
by
make
4
sure you're
is
muted?
volume.
Guys,
Height
could you
of
say
the
you're muted?
That is the inside area, inside volume.
Excuse me,
How about
the
this
parent
hole
who's
here?
talking to the kid.
I'm trying to
Guys, could you just make sure you stay muted? Thank you. All right. So Vaiga, here is the inside square, right? Right? And that is 4 by 4 by 4. So what's the area of the inside square that we just took out, Vaiga?
4 by 4.
Which is 16 times 4 is?
64.
Good girl. 64 centimeters cubed. Now, Vaiga, the other thing we have to keep an eye out is here. Do you see there's this cuboid or the cereal box looking shape that we just took out?
Yes.
Yeah. So how many of those do we have? We have one here, one at the top, one at the right, one at the left, one at the back, and one at the bottom. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the number one mistake that a lot of kids made was that they found the volume of this and they took that out, but they forgot that there was this face at the top. Do you understand?
Hmm.
So that meant that this area, so what's the area of one of this, cuboid shape?
4 by 4 is 16.
Yep. Times 1?
16.
Good. And how many of those do we have?
6.
Good girl. And that's a total of 96 centimeters cubed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So now to find the area of the volume of this shape, you subtract 96 and 64 from 216, and you get 56. You understand?
Yeah.
All right. Up next, Karthik, what's your question?
Can we do question 31 AR?
Okay, let's take a look. 31 AR, this one here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have a circle. Well, actually, Karthik, in terms of saving time for AR, does it make any sense for us to find the pattern for the circle?
Well, yes.
Actually, the answer is no. Anyone tell me why? Why do we not need to find the pattern for the circle?
Because all the options have circle in the same spot.
Because all the same.
The options.
The dots
All right.
positions are all
Yeah.
same.
So in all the options, the exact same position. And because they're all in the exact same position, you don't need to waste time finding the position of the dot, right? So the only thing that's different, Karthik, is this random shape, right? Yeah. So let's find out how that's moving. So it's going +1 and it's going +2 and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So it went, Karthik, +1, +2, +4. What do you think is next? Someone told me it was doubling, so next one could be +8, right? Yeah. So if that's the case, then Karthik, it should come back to the exact same position. Is there any answer where the barnacle or this object is in the exact same position? No, good man. So because of that, the pattern is not +1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Sorry, 1, 2, 4, 8. What else could it be? From 1 to 2, how much does it move by, Karthik?
1,
1. From 2 to 4, how much does it move by?
2,
Next one should be?
3.
So it should be +7. Do you understand?
Yes.
That shape should go up here, and the answer is C. Do you understand?
Yes.
Awesome.
Wait, but how did you know it's gonna be +3? It could also be +1.
Sorry.
It could also be +1, not just +3. But it could be +1, +2, +1. Like
Oh,
the
yeah,
pattern.
it could be. Let's see if any of the options make sense for that. So +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The options don't make sense for that, so it doesn't matter either way. The probability of it, I mean, yeah, it could be. Fair point. All right, next one, Shriram.
Can I have question number 32?
Which subject, buddy?
Quantitative.
Of course. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly delete these two because they're going to be annoying to work with later. Yeah, I'll just delete those two and then I'll move these to the end.
Do you do reading in this class? Like, can I ask reading questions?
You can.
Alright, thanks.
Yep. Oh, I just move it like this. Okay.
Melvin,
1 second, guys. Oh, I don't know where that went, but I guess it is what it is. All right,
It's
Shriram,
at the
which question? Shriram,
Yes.
which question was it?
32 quantitative.
Okay, perfect. What I'll do in the meantime is I'll just lower everyone's hand, just because sometimes when, because everyone has their hand up, I can't tell who is speaking with the unmute. So could I ask everyone to lower their hands? But you know whose names I called out. So if I called out your name, so that way when I come to your question, you can answer it then. So the Yug I mentioned was Yug Patel. All right. So Shriram, 32, this one here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So here we have this problem which says you end up getting 5 heads or 5 tails in a row, you could earn the jackpot price of winning $8. How much money are you expecting to earn if you get the jackpot? So to get 5 heads in a row, it would be getting a half multiplied by a half, multiplied by a half, multiplied by a half, multiplied by half, correct?
Yes.
Which is 1/32. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you could also get a tails, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So that means that the probability of winning is 2/32, which is 1/16. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the price you win is $8, so your probability of winning is 8 times 1/16. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the other argument, so for example, I was talking to the teacher who made this question, and I was telling him, hey, but then, why are you not taking into account the the cost of playing each game, which is -$1, -$1, -$1, -$1, -$1. And his argument was that, well, none of the options show that consideration taken into place. So therefore, this is the correct answer. You
Okay.
understand?
Melvin,
Yes.
where'd you get 2 out of 32 from?
So good job, Sylvina. So this is the probability of getting heads, right?
Yeah.
But then you could get heads or tails. So you could have this happen twice, which is why it's 2 over 32.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
I
Up
don't know
next,
something.
who did
Sorry,
I say after
Melvin.
3 round?
Melvin.
Sorry, Melvin, in that question,
Yeah.
it says like in this game you pay $1 in order to flip a fair coin 5 times. So which
Yeah.
means for 5 times you only pay $1. So
Yeah.
7 times 1 by 16 will also make sense, right?
So, well, so if you're, why would it be 7 times?
Because the profit is 8 minus 1, which is 7. So 7 times 1.
Yeah, but then see, thing is, because you pay $1 per game, it would be a total cost of $5.
Yeah, but in the question it says in this game you pay $1 to flip it 5 times. So you only need to pay $1 to flip it
Does it
5
say
times.
that? Yeah. In this game, you pay $1 to flip a fair coin 5 times and you win. Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, so that's why initially, when Andy made the question, he did say it was 1 over 16. But then later, if when you continued the question, it was taking into account like $1 per coin toss. So yeah, I agree with you. If you said 7 over 16, that would be correct as well.
Yeah,
We
so
didn't go with that just because in question number 30 and 31, in 31, we said that it would be like $1 per game. That's why. Yeah. All right.
I have a question about
Melvin,
Yeah.
I have
how did you get 1 over 16 times? I know how you got times 8, but how did you get 1 over 16?
So it's basically 3 over 2. You simplify it and it becomes 1 over 16.
Oh, and did you go 1 over 2 because there's 2 chances to get a head or a tail, so then you need to get $8. So
That's
then,
right. Yeah.
yeah, okay, thank you.
Melvin.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Wait, the people who have a question about this specific question, could you send it in the chat so I'll take a look at it and that'll be easier, in case there's double up. And then who did I say I'll go to after?
I think you said my name.
Okay, Sanvi, which question did you want to go through?
Question 17 for quantitative.
Okay, so taking a look at, so keep that in mind, Sanvi, but then I'm just reading through the questions from the chat. So some of them are just questions about other questions. I'm not going through those, but someone says, why do you times by a half 4 times? So you times it by 5 times actually, because the probability of getting 5 heads in a row is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So because it's times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 5 times in a row, it is 1 over 32. You understand? Actually, I'm going to go through with the logic of Vidula's mom. So Vidula's mom was right. It should be just 7 over 16 because the question says that there. And then now looking at it, this is talking about 3 games rather than 3 coin flips. So I'll go through with that. And then Shriram, so yeah, once you find the probability of 1 over 32, that's the probability of getting 5 heads in a row. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the probability, it could either be a heads or a tails. So that means that you could get 1 over 32 twice, which is 2 over 32. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Another way to think about it is, imagine the coin game says if you get 2 heads in a row or 2 tails in a row, you win, right? What's the probability of winning? What's the probability of getting 2 heads in a row? It is 1 over 2 times 1 over 2, which is 1 over 4, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you were to draw out all the different possibilities of 2 coin tosses, you can get heads, heads, tails, tails, heads, tails, tails, heads. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the probability of actually winning the game is 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's why 1 over 32 became 2 over 32, because it could happen twice.
Okay.
The rest of you with your hands up, I would ask you to like send it in the chat, just for the sake of filtering out actual questions, because I'm getting a lot of questions asking me to do other questions, so I won't go through those. Patra, I'll try and go through that later. One second, someone's told me to just check YouTube. Let me just check YouTube, see if everything's okay there.
Thank you.
While I'm doing that, could you guys, the people with their hands up, so Aaron, Rioni, and Raiden, just send it in the chat. I'm not taking it over the microphone. All right. Okay. So let's continue. Let's see what else you guys sent through. I'm not taking other questions. So yeah, see, this is why I said send in the chat, because all the questions, people with their hand up just had questions about other questions. So moving on, Sanvi, which question did you say you wanted to go through?
Question 17 for quantitative.
Okay. This question here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here we have glass panes, and it says that if glass panes are 1 meter apart from each other and the intensity of light decreases by 10% for every meter, there's an additive change. What distance from the bottom half of the first glass pane will the intensity of light reach 15%? You may assume that the thickness of glass panes are negligible. So basically, Sanvi, if you have 1 meter distance here, every 1 meter that the light travels, it decreases by 10%. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And yeah, negative 10%. So the questions are saying, imagine the light starts off here. It decreases by 20%. So now the light is at what intensity?
10%?
No, 100 minus 20.
Oh, 80%.
Minus another 10.
70%.
Plus 15.
85%.
Minus 10.
75%.
Minus plus 10.
85%.
All right. So Sanvi, at this point, the light is at 85%. Now the question's asking how many meters in total will it travel before it turns into 15%? So it needs to get to 15%. So 85 minus 10 is?
75.
Then?
65.
Yep.
55. 45.
Yep.
85. 25.
Okay.
And then 15.
Perfect. So how many meters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't count. Okay. But do you understand? 9 meters in total.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. Awesome. Who did I say after Sanvi? I think it was Raiden. Raiden, which question?
Could you go to question 18 in abstract reasoning?
Question 18 in abstract reasoning. All right, let's take a look. This question, Aiden.
Yep.
Okay. So here we have, let's start with the arrows. It's going in, out, in, out. Next one should be
In.
in. Cancel out A. Then we have, looking at the colors, if you take a look, they're all moving clockwise, anti-clockwise by 1 each time. Do you see that?
Yes.
Plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, right? Do
Yes.
you see that?
Yep.
So in the next image, black should be here, dotted should be there, gray should be there, and stripe should be here. Which option makes sense for that?
B.
B. That's it. Do you understand?
Yep. Thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Wait, I'm pretty sure I was after
Melvin, I think I was before Raiden.
Who's me? Oh,
Deshane.
Deshane, let's go through your question then. What's your question?
Can you
Wait,
do question
Melvin,
3?
I don't think that makes
Sorry, 1 second. Kavya had a question about this question. Let's take a look.
Yeah, are you saying like the striped one should be in the bottom row in the middle?
Well, I mean, all of them are going anti-clockwise by 1. So yeah, so the stripe goes here.
Yeah, so is there any option like that?
Here.
Oh, so like the arrow moves to the other side.
Yeah, I mean, the arrows, I guess it's going right, stays there, left, and then it goes right again. I don't understand why the arrow's moving randomly. Maybe it's just to distract you, I guess. But you don't need to figure out how the arrow's moving to figure out the pattern itself.
Okay.
Everyone else, Jewel, Amay, Aaron, once again, guys, if you have a question about this question, send it in the chat. Otherwise, I'm not taking your questions.
So the striped one, if it goes in the middle, then how is it B?
So it's not going the middle per se, Kavya. Imagine you have, I wish I can like take this. Okay, so imagine you don't have any of those. What's happening is the colors are going like this within these 4 colors. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the black goes here, stripe goes down, gray goes right, dotted goes up.
Yeah.
And if you do that, B makes sense.
Oh,
Another way to
okay.
think about it is it just goes back to this position.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Next, Dinesh.
Question 3 AR mock exam 5.
3 AR, this one here.
Yes.
All right. So starting off with the black, Dinesh, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, correct?
Yeah.
And then it goes -2. Do you see that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 here, right?
Yeah.
And it should go -2 to the right-hand side. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. So
Thank
the
you.
answer should be B or D. Sorry, A or B, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Now, Dinesh, should we waste time looking at the gray?
No, because they're the same.
Exactly. Like you should have never like wasted time in this entire question looking at gray because the gray is in the same position throughout. So now we look at the arrow. Where's the arrow going? So, excuse me, the arrow can go into 4 different locations. It can go right, it can go down, it can go up, it can go left. Understand?
Yeah.
Sorry? Yeah. So it starts off here 1, goes here 2, goes here 3, goes here 4. 1 to 2 plus 1, 2 to 3 plus 2, 3 to 4 plus 3, and the next one should be plus
4.
plus 4. So the answer is
A.
A. Good. Do you understand?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Riani, you have your hand up. Is this about this question?
No.
Okay. Do you want to send it in the chat then? And I'll take a look. If it's about another question, I won't be doing it now. I mean, I've never answered any of your questions absolutely for sure because your name is very unique. I would have remembered. So I will try to get through your question today as well. Jewel, I think you're telling me your audio is broken. So you think you're next. So I'll go to Shayan, then Jewel. All right.
Can you do question 13 in quantitative reasoning, please?
Okay, 1 second. Question 13 in quantitative reasoning.
Yes, please.
All right. All right, let's take a look. This one here.
Yes.
Okay. Larger boxes hold 4 small boxes each. Different ships carry a different number of large boxes. The number of large boxes different ships can carry is indicated below. If there are 2 of each ship, what is the cheapest combination of both that will fit 72 small boxes and leftover space is allowed? So, taking a look, we need to take a total of 72 boxes, small boxes, right? So how many large boxes do we need? 72 divided by 4?
Oh,
Any
72,
idea?
72 divided by 4, 18?
18, all right. So we need a ship that can carry at least 18 large boxes, correct?
Yes.
All right. So looking at that, we can, so it could be, actually, I mean, it could be more than that. I believe we can have, oh wait, can we have multiple ships? Oh, if you have 2 of each ship, so you can have 2 of each ships to bring it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need either a boat that can carry 18 or more, or something that is at least 9 or more per ship. Do you understand?
Yes.
So we can cancel out sailboat, correct?
Yeah.
Can we cancel a navy ship?
Yeah.
Sure.
Probably yes.
Yeah, not probably. We
I
definitely
mean,
can,
yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're left with submarine, yacht, and tugboat. And out of them, the yacht will cost 400 and we only need 1 of them. Submarine, we will need 2 of them and it'll be 300, right?
Yeah.
But in the tugboat, we only need 2 of them and 95 times 2 is?
190.
Good man. And the answer is tugboat with 190. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
All right. Someone says, why is there 18 next to or more? Oh, what does it say next to 18 or 18 or more? Sorry, my handwriting is terrible. More. Oh, that's even worse. 18 or more. More. Okay. Next, who was it after Shayan? Jewel, right? Jewel, which question? 28, which section? So Jewel, 28, quantitative reasoning. Okay. So here is our question. So this question is like logic based. You really don't need to do any maths on it. But basically it's saying that you were told that if a card has a prime number face up, it will always have a square on its back. So if a card has a prime number face up, it will always have a square on its back. What is the minimum number of cards you need to flip in order to determine the truth of the statement? So, Jewel, would you like to nominate someone to speak on behalf of, actually, Jewel, you can answer in the chat itself. Jewel, does the question say every prime number will have a square on its back? Or does it say that all squares will have a prime number on its front? Now, for those of you confused with that statement, let me explain it in something else. Imagine I tell you that every time it rains, the road becomes wet, right? That's a logical statement, right? Whenever there is rain, the road is wet. Does that mean that whenever the road is wet, it rained the day before? No, because the road can be wet because someone poured water on it, so a fire hydrant broke, someone's house is leaking, things like that. So just because a prime number has a square on its back, so every time a prime number has a square on its back, that doesn't mean that a square always has to have a prime number at the front. Do you guys understand that? So to check if the answer, which ones are correct, you flip over 7 because we want to see if there's a square at the, prime square at the back. We don't need to check square because we don't care what's behind square. We don't need to check 6 because it's not a prime number. And we need to check the circle. The reason we need to check the circle is because the circle cannot, not could not would not, cannot have a prime number. So the answer is 2 card flips. Do you understand, Jewel? Okay. Who did I say I'll go to after Jewel? Everyone with their hands up, send it in the chat. Oh, guys, so Sia, everyone else, I won't be going through questions, you guys, like other questions. I'm going through one at a time, like the ones I said before. So Avni's next. Avni, which question?
Could you please do question 12 on quantitative reasoning mock exam 5?
Okay, question 12, quantitative reasoning. This one here.
Yes.
Okay. It takes 1 liter of a special soap to wash a square meter of ceiling and 0.5 liters to wash a square meter of wall. Momina's room is 4 meters high and each of the wall is 5 meters wide. There's one window, which is 2 by 2.5, and a door, which is 10 meters squared. How many liters of solution will Momina need? One sec, let me just double check how the YouTube chat is going, if anyone's still spamming there. All right, this guy's getting kicked. Who else? Let's see, who else is getting kicked? Yeah, Rohan. Goodbye, Rohan. Remove. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's just removing the thing. How do I kick this guy out? Put user in timeout. 24 hours. Done. Okay. All right. So back to here, Anvi. So it takes 1.5 liters of special soap to wash all of this. Okay. So let's have this square here. Now, what are the dimensions of this square? So starting off with the ceiling, Avni, what is the dimensions of the ceiling?
The ceiling is
So it's 5 across and 5 wide,
5.
right?
Yes.
So it's 5 times 5 is 25 is the ceiling's area, right?
Yes.
Now the area of the wall, let's figure it out. So it is 4 times 5. And how many walls do we have?
6.
Are you
No,
sure?
5. No, 5. No, 4. I mean 4.
4. Good girl. That's okay. It's a very common mistake to make. So there's 4 walls. So 4 times 5. So there's 5 times 4 is 1 wall, which is 20. And times 4 is?
80.
Sorry?
80.
80. Good. And then we need to remove the area of one of the doors, which is 10. So 80 minus 10 is 70. And then we remove the window, which is 2 times 2.5, which is?
Which is
5, right?
5. Yes.
Yeah. So 70 minus 5 is?
65.
Good. So the area of the wall is 65. Now it says that the ceiling requires 1.5 liters, so 25 times 1.5, which is 37.5. And then the wall is 65 times 0.5, which is 32.5. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you add them up, you get 70 liters. Do you understand?
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Melvin,
Yeah.
I just had a question. When would you do my reading comprehension question 2?
Once I've gone through everyone who has not got any questions answered first.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So after Avni, so someone says, how did you get 1.5? In the question, it says in the question. Okay. Okay. After Avni, who is next? Is it Mir?
Read, please.
So
Melvin,
who's after Avni?
are you?
Okay. How about this? It is. Yeah. No. Actually, no. Not now. How everyone? Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. So 1 second. So let me just do this. This will be easier. All right. Put your hand up if I've never answered any of your questions. So Jerome, I haven't answered your question, so I need to go through that. Ella, I've definitely answered your questions before. Hannah, I've definitely answered your questions before. All right, perfect. So now we have a list. Okay, I'm gonna call out. When I say your name, remember the person's name who I said after your name and the person who's before you as well. So, when I do call out, I'm actually answering your questions. So Sophia, then Riani, then Mir, then Tanish, then Yug, then Kate B, then Komal, then Yug Joshi, then Nathan, then Shoria, then Shreya, then Amay, then Diona, then Sai, Satvika, Haran, Isabella, Ethan, Hia, Pranat, Keshav, Shri, Myra, Alana, I've answered your questions before. Then Vetmi, then Shubham, then Jayshan, and we're starting off with Jerome. So Jerome, which question? So after Jerome, it goes to Riani, and then so on. Sorry, yeah, then it goes to Sophia or Riani, I think, one of those. So Jerome, you first. What's your question?
Can you explain question 12 for abstract reasoning, week 5? I mean, mock exam 5.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have I answered any of your questions before, Jerome?
No, I'm pretty sure, because
Okay.
I'm new.
Which question is this now?
Question 12, abstract reasoning.
All right. Let's take a look. All right. So here we have 2 love hearts. So love heart 1, this love heart here, it goes down 1, left 1 to there. Then it goes left 1, down 1 to there. Then left 1, down 1 to there. The next one should be left 1, down 1 to the very top there. Do you understand?
Oh, yeah.
So it can't be C and it can't be D. Now let's try the other love heart. It goes +2 to there, and it goes +1 there. Then it goes +2 to there, and it goes +1 there. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the answer is
Yeah,
A.
Thank you.
Understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Just give me a
did I
minute
say
to write the
after
notes.
okay, I'll give you some time to write it down. So after Jerona was Sophia, and then Riani, I believe.
When is the notebook competition winners going to be announced?
Who's this?
Alma, and I was just clarifying.
Yeah. The notebook competition is going to be done on the geez. One of the kids is going to be in very big trouble.
Why?
Sorry, I'm just like looking at it. I can't share why, but this kid's in very big trouble.
I thought you were talking about me, that's why.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Is he from the YouTube live stream?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so these two kids, I'll be reaching out to their parents. All right. Sorry, answering your question, it is, by the way, thank you, Jace, for your help. The Nopo competition will be announced, the winners will be announced this Thursday. I'm actually excited because I'm going to go shopping for all the prizes tomorrow morning. So today evening, I need to finalize your answer key. Mostly because like a lot of these questions, we've done it in our head, but then we need to make the answer key easy enough for you guys to understand. So it takes a bit of time to go through and redo that. But yeah, tonight I'll be doing that. And then tomorrow I'm going to go shopping to buy all your stuff.
Melvin.
Gifts. Everyone else, if you have questions, please send it in the chat if it's not relevant to this specific question. Someone asked me a very good question, and that was, let me give them a shout out. It was Ashvi. Good job, Ashvi. So Ashvi asked, how do you know which heart moves where? So Ashvi, when you look at a question and you have two objects, and suddenly there's one object, what does that mean?
One of them is
Ashvi?
yeah, I'm not sure.
Take a guess. I think you're on the right track. Any guesses?
Overlap.
Okay.
They over.
Sorry.
They overlapped.
So, yeah, so yeah. So so what happens, Ashri, is that they overlap. So whenever two goes into one, it overlaps. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we know that both of the love hearts went to this position. And then what you do is, what we essentially did, actually, is we saw that the first love heart went down one, left one to this position, right? So then you check, does it do the same thing again? Go left one and down one. And there is a love heart that follows the pattern. Then you try it again, left one, down one, and there is a love heart there. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you do the same thing with the other one as well. So it goes left two, it goes there. And if it goes left two again, it's not there. Oh, but it goes left one. So it makes sense. Do you understand?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, Sophia, take it away.
Okay, so in question 16,
Which subject?
abstract reasoning.
Go for it. All right, so question 16, abstract reasoning. So it's literally just a number of, I guess, lines or strokes, Sophia. Two strokes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. And the answer is P. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
All right. After Sophia, it was Riani. Which question, Riani? Riani? Riani, are you there? Hello?
Hi.
Okay. Oh, your place is a bit loud. Can you type in the chat? Of course you can. Thank you for being so considerate, Riani. Which question? Riani? Okay, 20 abstract reasoning, please. Good job. I just want to say, I just want to give Riani a shout out. So Riani, one, she was very considerate. She said her place is really loud, so she wants to type it in the chat. Very nice. Thanks for that. And second thing is, Riani asked her a question, and she said please at the end. So good job, Riani, for your good manners as well. So this question, Riani. Riani? Okay, perfect. So taking a look at this question here, we have two main features. So we have a gray triangle and a white triangle. So starting off with the gray one, let's see how it moves. It goes anti-clockwise 1, then 2, then 1, 2, 3. The next one should be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4 to the top right. So it can't be C. So we're left with A, B, and D. Up next, we have the white triangle, which is going +1, +1, 2, 3, and it goes +1, and next one should be 1, 2, 3, canceling out B. Now, there will be one more feature in this question that we need to look at. And that feature is there's always one triangle that is facing inwards. So here, 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 and here. When you follow that, which triangle is facing inwards? It goes +1, then it goes 1, 2, 3. Then it goes +1, and it goes 1, 2, 3. So next one should be +1. And the answer, oh, sorry, let me just double check. It goes +1 and should go 1, 2, 3 to the top right. And the answer is D. Do you understand? Riani? Perfect. Good job. All right. So everyone, it is 6 p.m. 6 p.m. We have a break and then come back at 6:05. I need to take a break myself as well. And I'll come back and go through the next few questions. During the break, I expect everyone to stay muted. There's no reason to unmute and then talk, especially because I'm not moderating it. So if anyone does speak, I will be removing you from the call. I'm going to be very strict about these classes from now as well. All right, guys, go get a break, go get some water, stretch, get some fresh air, and maybe a snack, and come back.
I have a question about the
Sorry, as I mentioned, my friend, I am going to take a quick break, so I'll be back when I come back, NA.
Is that
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get started. So next, I believe it's Mir, right?
Melvin?
Melvin, can you
Melvin?
do 21 abstract?
Is that from Mir?
Yes.
Yes, I can. All right, so let's take a look. This one here, Mir. All right. Welcome back, everyone. All right, let's get started. So let's take a look. Okay. All right, so let's take a look. All right. Sorry, I was just fixing up. I was just fixing up some YouTube things. All right, so Deepinder, you said you don't understand question number 20. Which part do you don't understand?
I don't understand the pattern of the backward pointed triangle.
Yeah, so it's here, it is here, it is here, and it's here. It's literally just going +3, +1. Sorry, +1, apologies. +1, +3, +1, +3. That's it.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. And then Mir, question number 21. This one's actually really difficult, Mir. Like, I'll be honest with you, it's actually quite difficult. So if you take a look, it is 1 + 3 is 4, 4 + 6 is 10, 6 + 1 is 7, so 3 + 3 is 6. You understand?
Yeah. Thanks.
Awesome.
I don't really get it. Can you explain it again?
Who's this?
Naveen?
Yeah. Which part about it do you not understand, Naveen? Naveen? Naveen?
Sorry.
Yeah, all good. So which part about it do you not understand?
How should I? Oh, wait.
Sorry, Naveen, you got cut off there. What were you saying?
It feels like at the bottom. Like, it feels like. Wait, no, never mind. I understand.
All good?
Yeah.
All right.
Melvin,
Okay, send it in the chat if it's a question about this question. If it's a question about this question, send it in the chat. So
it's not
Ashby asked
about
in a question like 21. So Ashby asked in a question like 21, could it be the number of strokes? It could be, like, if you had a series of numbers and you see that you can check for the number of strokes. But in this question, I don't believe it is. Someone asked me, how did you add? Well, it's just 1 + 3 gives 4 here. 4 + 6 gives me 10. 6 + 1 gives me 7. So to get 6, you do 3 + 3 gives me 6. That's basically it. Someone says, are we on YouTube? I don't really like being on video. Yeah, you don't have to. You are being recorded and put onto YouTube. You don't have to keep your video camera on. I've never asked anyone to have their cameras on. All right, next question. Who did I say after Mir?
I think it's me.
All right, Tanesh, which question?
Question the questions there's 7 quantitative reasoning.
All right, let's take a look. All right, this question, Tanesh?
Yes.
All right. So the way you do this, I mean, to do this, I'll have to do question number 6 as well. So if anyone had question number 6, it's a fun way to go through it again. So question number 6 says, you have A plus B gives me 8, and B plus D gives me 8. Now, what does that tell us about the values for A and D? Well, I've drawn a work of art here. So this is my personal work of art. So let me blow it, blow this up. So
Work of
nice
art. Wow.
here. All right. So this is my, you know how like Michelangelo has a Sistine Chapel? This is my Sistine Chapel. So here we have Melvin, whenever people spam the chat, that's me. And then we have, let's say, Ashvi. Ashvi, is that a girl's name, by the way? I can't tell.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So Ashvi and Melvin, we both stand on a weighing scale and we weigh together 100 kilograms. Okay? Do you guys understand that?
Yes.
All right. Then Melvin and then Tanish both stand on a weighing scale, and now we both weigh 100 kilograms. So what does that tell you about the weight of Ashvi and Tanish? They're both the
Same.
same. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yep.
So if A plus B is 8 and B plus D is 8, so that tells us that A and D are both the
Same.
Same.
So that means A minus D is equal to 0. Do you understand, Tanish?
Yes.
All right. So now that we have that, let's take a look at the next line. So the question says, what is the value of C? So we know that A plus C is equal to 13. And we know that, and then we know that then we know that C minus D is equal to 6. Now, earlier, we just found out that A and D are the exact same, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what that means is that we can get rid of this D here by saying that, I can rewrite this as I can rewrite that as D plus C is equal to 13. Do you understand that, Tanish?
Yes.
Perfect. Now this, I can rewrite this as C is equal to 13, let me rewrite that again. D is equal to 13 minus C. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Why does it make sense?
Because it's D is the same as A, so you're substituting C.
No. So we just said D plus C is 13, right?
Yeah.
We're saying D is the same as 13 minus C. So another way of saying it is 2 plus 5 is 7, right?
Yes.
Or another way of saying it is 2 is the same as 7 minus 5. Do you get it?
Yes.
So now that we know what D is equal to, we can reframe this line here as C minus, what's D equal to?
13 minus C.
Good man. Is equal to, sorry, apologies. I made one mistake. Can you tell what mistake I made, Dinesh? Oh.
That it's meant to be D minus 13 minus C.
No. I'll tell you what's the mistake I made. So, do you see, Dinesh, that it says it is negative D?
Yes.
So if we replace negative D with this, we need to make sure that this also becomes the opposite. So it'll be C minus 13. And what's -1 multiplied by C equal to? Like, what's the opposite of a negative C? It is a
Positive C.
good man. It's 6. So C plus C is equal to
2C.
good man. Minus 13 is equal to 6. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Now I want to move the negative 13 across. What does that become?
Positive 13.
Good man. You're on fire today. So 2C is equal to 19. And what's 1C equal to?
9.5.
Good job. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Okay. After Tanish, who was the next?
Me?
You, I've definitely done your questions before. Come on.
No, you haven't.
I 100% have. I have done so many of your questions before.
Zoom meetings. I've only been on YouTube before.
Huh? No, I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about
Melvin,
like previous
it was
weeks.
me.
Remember, like after a class, I even had to talk to your mom and dad. I've definitely done your questions before. So I want to give an opportunity to someone who I haven't done any questions of. So
No,
we'll
but
go to Kate B. Kate B. Kate, are you there with us?
No.
Okay, question 9. Which exam, Kate? Okay, thank you. Okay, perfect. So question number 9, quantitative reasoning. All right. Rahul's Ferrari is 3 meters long and is traveling on a freeway at 110 meters per second. And it overtakes a 17-meter long truck traveling at 100 meters per second. How long in seconds does it take for the car to overtake the truck? So, Kate, how long is this car here? Three meters, good. And then how long is the truck, Kate?
No.
Kate, is your microphone working? Okay, so the truck is 7 meters, thanks, Kate. And sorry, 17 meters, oops. So how long is the total distance that they need to cover? It is 20 meters. 20 meters is the distance. And the car is 10 meters per second faster than the truck. So that is 20 divided by 10, which is 2 seconds. Oops, 2 seconds. Do you understand?
Why is it divided by 10?
Because the car is 10 meters per second faster than the truck.
Okay.
All right. Next question.
Could we please do question 14?
All right, let's take a look. This one here. Wait, actually, sorry. I need to go in order. I'm getting distracted. So after Kate, who did I say after Kate?
Me.
Which one? Who's me?
Komal.
Kamal. All right. Kamal, let's take a look. Question four, sorry, Kamal, which was your question?
35.
35 of which test?
Quantitative reasoning.
All right, let's take a look. This one here?
Yes.
All right. So just give me 1 second. I'm getting one parent has been sending me a lot of messages. Let me just send them a message. 1 second. Okay. So guys, sorry, it's just look, guys, the online class, I think if your parents are there listening, because I think this parent is there and I can't call this parent now. But guys, the online class that I'm running right now, it's an extra class that I'm running for free, right? I'm taking time out of my free time to taking this class, right? So because I'm doing this, like obviously the way the classes are structured and everything, it's not going to run perfectly. And this is a group class, so it doesn't mean that I can answer everyone's question, right? So I'm trying my best. So, and I'll try to do it with everyone and I'll try to answer everyone's questions. But, I would expect you guys to have some sort of like understanding, and I'll take a look. All right. Yeah, so yeah, I'll take a look. So the parent who is calling Loyola, I'll talk to you after class and we can discuss what's the problem. Okay, Chris, thanks. I need to take the class now. I'll call later. All right, perfect. So that's done. So Kamal, taking a look at question number 35, we have this year, Tiago's age is the sum of the digits of his math teacher's age. In 5 years, Tiago's age will be the same, will be the product of the digits of his math teacher's age. How old is Tiago now? So here, basically the only way, or the easiest way to do this question is you have to break it down into what the ages will look later and what the ages will be, like whether those numbers will make like multiplicative or addition sense. So for example, if Tiago is 11, 13, 15, and 14, Kamal, it says that it must be the sum of the teacher's age. Now, how many different variations of 11 can you have, Kamal? Kamal? Hello? How many different versions of how many different additions can you do to get 11? You can have 0, 11. You can have, 0, 11. You can have 1, 10. You can have 2, 9, and so on and so forth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, if you were to check each one of those, it'll take too long. But what you can do faster is it says that in 5 years, their age will be the product of the teacher's age. So let's figure that out. What are the ages in 5 years? So this will be 15, this will be 18, this will be 20, and this will be 19. Do you understand?
16.
Sorry?
Age is 16. 11 plus 5 is 16.
Thank you. Sorry, my brain's just seeing that parent message. I'm just a bit, shaken. So 16. So how do we now it's easier. Now it's a multiplication effect, right? There's only a few variations to multiply to get certain numbers. So how do you get 16 as multiplications?
4 times 4.
You can get 4 times 4. What else can you get?
8 times 2.
8 times 2. What else can you do? 16 times 1, correct?
Yeah.
Anything else you can do?
No.
No, right. So now this makes our life so much easier. Now, if it's 4 times 4, the age could be 44. Oops. Could be 44.
Okay, so 11. Just 2.
It could be 82. It could be 28. It could be 161. Or, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like 161, either way, it's still the same. So, now let's take a look. If you go backwards, Kamal, what's 44 minus 5?
39.
82 minus 5?
77.
Good man. It's 28 minus 5?
23.
Good man. And then 161 minus 5?
156.
All right. If you add any of these numbers, 3 plus 9, 7 plus 7, 2 plus 5, 1 plus 5 plus 6, does that give you 11?
No.
That's right. So the answer is not 11. Then you do the same thing for 13. What numbers multiplied will give you 18?
9 times 2.
9 times 2.
9 times 2. What else?
6 times 3.
6 times 3.
6 times 3. What else?
18 times 1.
18 times 1. All right. So let's break it down again. So you can get 92, 29, 63, 36, 181. Right?
Yes.
Let's go backwards. 92 minus 5.
87.
By the way, I just want to, sorry, just a quick message. I just want to say thank you so much to Sophia. Sophia is so sweet. Sophia just sent me a message. She said, I'm sorry that the parents' message has shaken you. After all this, you can ask one of your family members to give you a massage on your head. Trust me, it feels so good that you will forget all your worrying and relax. Sophia, come to me on the mock exam day and I'll get you a lolly. That's so sweet of you. All right. So 92 minus 5, what's that equal to?
87.
87. 29 minus 5?
24.
24. 63 minus 5?
58.
58. 36 minus 5?
31.
181 minus 5?
176.
176. Now, do any of these add up to give you 13?
Yes.
8 plus 5.
Yes, 8 plus 5. So the answer is?
13.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Perfect.
I have a question about this question.
Tell me.
How,
To request mo kili data join kayo.
how did you get like 87? How did you get like 87 and 24 and 58 and 31 and 176? I get how you add them and I get how you got like the numbers, but I don't get how you got like 87 and 24.
Sorry?
Like I don't get how you got like 87 and 24, but I get how you got like the 92 and 29.
So basically, the teacher's age in 5 years' time is a multiplication of sorry. It says Yug's age, sorry, Tiago's age in 5 years is the multiplication of the teacher's age. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So in 5 years' time, Tiago will be 18, right? Now, what numbers multiplied will give you 18? So you have 2 and 9, 6 and 3, 8 and 1. 18 and 1. Understand?
I got yeah.
Yeah. So that's how we got 92, 29, 63, 36, 181.
Yeah, I got that part. Just didn't get how you got like 87 and 24.
Because if these are the teacher's ages, 5 years ago, these were their ages. Do you understand?
Oh, okay. Thank
And
you.
then 5 years ago or today, it's the Tiago's age is the addition of the teacher's age. Do you understand?
Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
perfect. All right. Next question
excuse me?
after Komal, it was Yug Joshi, I believe.
Yeah. Can I please do question 9 AR mock exam 5, please?
Yug?
Hello? Can you hear me?
The screen blacked out.
Hello, Melvin.
Melvin's
screen blacked out.
Wait, so that doesn't make sense. Why?
Oh.
Like,
I think his battery ran out.
well, he's not talking to us. It can't...
Melvin.
He's not talking, so
Well, everyone
Alright.
text.
silence.
Everyone text him. Text him.
Okay, perfect.
Oh,
Sorry,
he's-
the Wi-Fi cut off. Do send your questions into the chat, please. All right. Yug Joshi, which question?
Melvin, I've been asking this from the start, but can we please do question 5?
Sorry, Aaron, as I mentioned, I've done your questions before, so I want to give people who have not answered any questions a chance before. So I'm not taking questions like this, Aaron.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. But guys, come on. Like, I have very clear rules, and I'm not changing it for individual people, right? I want to see, all of my students are important to me, like all of you. I don't have favorites in my classroom, right? I want to give everyone an equal opportunity. So that's why I'm doing this method, trying to give everyone who hasn't been given a chance a chance. So, Yug Joshi, which question?
Can I please do question 9 AR?
9 AR, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's
Thank
take a
you.
look. So, Yug, my first question for you is, whenever you see things that are not moving around, what does that tell you?
Either number of strokes, but not in this case, or how many shapes there are in a column or a row.
Good. What else?
The way it's rotating, like
Sorry?
the way it's stationary, but it's like rotating.
Could be, but that's still movement in a sense. What else? Sorry, the room's light turned off. All right, perfect. What else could it be? So I'll give you a clue. Imagine you have something like this. Actually,
Overlapping.
overlapping. Perfect. Good. Overlapping. So in this case, does it look like it's overlapping?
No.
No. Does it look like number of strokes or lines? Well, we don't know. Let's figure it out.
Take the ball.
But the pattern, for the sake of time, in this is literally counting. So if you count down, Keshav, I'll ask you to stay muted. Thank you, Keshav. How many objects of each do we have? How many rainbows do we have?
2.
Good. How many rainbows do we have?
2.
And how many stars do we have?
2.
How many stars do we have? Sorry, we don't go with the middle one yet. 2.
Yeah. 2.
And then how many triangles do we have?
3.
3 triangle. And then how many triangles do we have?
3.
3. Good. So now that we have those, okay, so now that we have those, let's take a look at the middle row. How many stars do we have here?
2.
Okay. So do we need more stars? Hello?
No, you don't need any more stars.
Okay, good. How many rainbows do we have?
We have 1, so we need 1 more rainbow.
Yep, perfect. And then how many triangles do we have?
1, so we need 2 more triangles.
Good. 2 triangles. So that means the answer has to be C or D, correct?
Yeah.
Now, because of that, we have these two options. Now, what's the only difference between those two?
The color of the rainbows?
Sorry?
Color of the rainbow?
Yeah. So pretty much. And then if you look down, how many grays do we have?
1.
Perfect. And the answer is?
C.
Perfect. Do you understand?
Yeah, thank you.
No worries.
Excuse me, Melvin.
Yeah.
So you know the notebook competition?
Mm-hmm.
What's it about? I haven't heard of it.
Yes. So unfortunately, my good friend Momina, it won't be like applicable for you because you live all the way in Karata, right? Yeah. So basically, Loyola has a competition where we want to give prizes out to kids who do the most effort. Because in life, it's not always who's the smartest person who will win. It's not the one who's the fastest. It's not always the one who is the most handsome. Even though some of you guys might win that. In life, the people who put the most amount of effort in always wins, right? Most of the time, actually. So in an effort to encourage that, what we do is we have a notebook competition. Basically, the students who's put the most amount of efforts into their notes, either through decoration, either through like whatever they do, we give up prizes. So we chose our 12 finalists yesterday and the day before. And then out of them, 6 of them will win a prize. Okay. Sorry? Sorry? Hello? Okay. I'm getting a lot of people talking at the same time. Send it in the chat and I'll take a look.
Melvin.
Send it in the chat, my friend.
Okay, thank you.
Melvin, can you do question 29?
Okay, so 1 second. So after whose question did I answer just now? Whose was it?
Mine.
Which was
Yug Joshi.
Yug? Yeah, I believe after Yug it is Nathan that I called out. And then after Nathan, who's after Nathan? Nathan, whose name did I say after your name?
Me.
Who's me?
Shoria.
Shoria? All right, perfect. And then we'll go through that one by one. All right. So so whose is it now? Nathan, right? So Nathan, which question?
Can you do abstract reasoning question 22, please?
All right, question 22. So this one here, my friend?
Yeah.
All right. So basically here, well, first of all, Nathan, do we need to find out the pattern for the colors, even though we did?
No.
Why
It's
not?
pretty simple.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's simple, but more importantly, it is all
the same.
That's right. It's all identical. So because of that, because of that, you can what do you call it?
Skip.
You can ignore that. Yeah. What else is changing though?
The place where the arrow is pointing.
Sorry?
Where the arrow is pointing.
Where the arrow is pointing. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's figure out how they're moving. In the first image, from the first to the second image, which arrows moved?
Bottom left.
Good man. From the second image to the third image, which arrows moved?
Top left and right. Yeah.
Yep. And then all of them moved for some reason. And then
okay,
the next image, we would assume that if all of them did move, they would all move in the same pattern that's been moving so far. And how are they all moving so far, Nathan?
Clockwise.
Are you sure?
Oh, anti-clockwise.
And then they're moving anti-clockwise by 1, correct?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Is it doubling?
Sorry?
Is
Oh, I mean, that doesn't matter.
Doubling?
But then from here, if they're all to move, Nathan, what would the answers make sense? So if this moves, this arrow should be facing down, correct?
Yeah.
And then this arrow should be facing
Down.
down. This arrow should be facing up. And this arrow
Up.
should be facing left, correct?
Left. Yeah.
And the answer is A.
A. Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
With the
No worries.
with the top left arrow, if it's moving like if it stays the same and then goes up and then that way, then shouldn't it just stay that way because it stays the same in the first two images? So it should stay the same in the other ones.
Well, you could make that assumption, but what's actually changing is that if you were to follow, it's not that each of them have their individual pattern, but each of them gets activated at a time. So this was activated, this got activated, then this got activated. Well, these two got activated at the same time, but they're all going anti-clockwise by one each time. So, I mean, and then to answer your question, Kavya, it stayed the same here, yes, but then changed here and it changed here. So it wouldn't make sense for it to stay there again. Do you understand?
That makes sense, yeah. Thanks.
Excuse me. Was it Kavya was the question or someone else? I was
It
just
was me.
basically.
It was Kavya.
Oh, it was Kavya, yeah. All right. Awesome. Next after Nathan, who was it?
Me.
Shaurya?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Sorry, before I answer your question, Shaurya, I got a really good question in the chat from Joel. So let me just quickly answer that. So Joel's question was, in the gate writing, if you got just a statement, if you just got like a normal statement, kind of like, so in one of the gate exams, I remember the topic, it was kind of like this. It was like a fishbowl, and then there's a fish jumping out, and at the bottom, it was like risk it all, something like that. Something along the lines of risk it all, take a risk, take a leap, something like that, right?
It was risks all our
From my memory, Joel, almost all of the gate topics that my students have done in the past 5 years, including my gate test, it's always had one image and then a statement. I don't remember. Aaron, I'm sorry, I'm just removing you. I don't understand why you're making noises. Aaron? Aaron, are you there?
Yes.
Why were you making noises and unmuting your microphone?
I saw Ruben.
Okay. Anyways.
Melvin, do you have to write the statement in the story?
Okay. So, Joel, to answer the question, I've never seen a topic where there's just a statement, right? It's never been like just a statement. But if you were to get a statement, or if there is a statement underneath the topic, what you should ask yourself is, what would almost everyone write about? And ask yourself, is there any way I can do this slightly in a more unique or original way? Do you understand?
Yeah.
So, for example, if you had a topic of a fish jumping out and the topic said risk it all, obviously, if you were to write a story about an actual fish escaping, is that very creative, Joel?
No.
No. But another way to think about it is, for example, right now, Joel, you are in year 6 of primary school, right?
Yeah.
You're like the top kid of your school, like you're the big boys of the school, right?
Yeah.
Now, from there, you're going into high school, and what would you be there?
A small fish in a big pond,
Exactly. So if you were to talk about your experience, or maybe you write a story about what you're fearing about going to high school, you would be like as a marker, you have a very, very unique, but also very personal, story that you're writing about. Do you understand?
Yeah, okay.
Another example is like, for example, if you know much about, for example, like from my personal experience, I write about like famous athletes or actors or businessmen who've taken a risk, like because of Elon Musk, we have electric cars and we have a lot more space innovation. We pretty much have anyone who pays for it will be able to get internet anywhere on the earth because of a Starlink and all the other cool stuff that they're building on, right?
Yeah.
So he didn't have to risk the money he made from his first company to start all this awesome stuff, but because he did, the world's in a better place. You understand?
Yeah, okay.
Or if you
Melvin,
want to talk
did
about
you
like,
did you
guys,
write
remember when someone's speaking? I've asked it multiple times before. Wait for them to finish speaking. So as I was saying, another example is you can just talk about like like powerful leaders. Like, have you guys heard of like Martin Luther King or Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela? These sort of what do you call it? Like activists, like social activists. Have you heard of them?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They could have been living a very comfortable life and not risking anything, but they risked their chance. They risked their life in order to fight for something good. So you could talk about that. That's another way to look at it.
Okay, thank
Now,
you.
yeah, that's pretty much it. All right. If you have questions,
Melvin,
take a look. Send it in the chat.
Melvin,
My friend, send it in the chat. Someone asked, so Sartak asked, can you tell me what type of text you wrote in Gate? So my topic in Gate was an image of keys. So this was when I was in year 10. So when I was in year 10, have you guys read Percy Jackson?
Yes.
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 So I used to read
Yes.
Percy Jackson.
Oh,
And I was like
no.
a huge Percy Jackson
I
fan
kind of
when
watched
I was
movies.
like in year 6,
Who's
7, and
Percy
8. I used to read a
Jackson?
lot of Percy Jackson. And because of that, I got really into Greek mythology. And my topic with the keys, so it was just an image of keys. And what I wrote about was in Greek mythology, they've said something like that all humans were first created by the gods as four-legged creatures, right? So they had two heads, 4 hands. So there you go, 4 hands, and then 4 legs. Yeah, 4 legs. And they had 4 eyes, and so on and so forth, right? And humans were so powerful that the gods were afraid. So Zeus was afraid. So he sent his lightning bolt and shot down the humans in half, and they became 2 humans, right? They became half as powerful. And humans are forever cursed. Humans are forever cursed to find their partner, or in other words, their soul mate. So I said that true love is like finding the right key for the correct lock, right? In the sense that all humans are missing their full potential until they meet their soulmate, their one true love. And once they're together, they'll be so powerful that even the gods are afraid of them. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
didn't write about actual keys, but I used the topic keys, and I used it in a very, very unique way. I don't think many people would have made the connection of a key to humans in Greek gods and then soulmates. Do you guys understand?
Yeah. Melvin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So are you saying like we have to
know a bit more, so like kind of like read more, so we know more of these types of things?
Well, I mean, in life, the more you know, the more tools you have. So there's a famous quote that goes, a man or woman who only has a hammer. How do you spell hammer? Hammer.
Yeah.
In his toolbox,
Yes.
or everything ever. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I have dyslexia, but like my spelling's horrible. Everything looks like a nail. So a man who has a hammer and who only has a hammer in his toolbox, everything looks like a nail. What does that mean? A man who has a hammer in his toolbox, no matter what the problem he sees, in the construction site or wherever he's working, he'll always try to hammer it. Do you understand? So similarly, and then what the proverb is basically saying is that if you have more tools, you can use the correct tool for the correct job. Do you understand? So the more knowledge you have, and it doesn't all have to be like specifically about anything, like whatever you're interested in, like go maximize the knowledge you have in that space. And then also like go learn a bit of everything. Like in today's world, everyone gets more money the more they specialize. Like you see people who study one subject, then they go to do masters in it, then they do a PhD in it, and they know a lot about one teeny tiny thing. Now that's really good for most people. But if you want to have a much bigger impact, it's always good to have information from everything else, because that means you have lots of tools in your toolbox to do things. Do you understand? Yeah. So
Melvin.
yeah. Guys, could you send it in the chat? So I'll try and go through it in the chat.
There's only 8.
I have a question.
My friend sent it in the chat. I'll try to answer from there. Otherwise, everyone will be asking through the call. Oh, another thing I wanted to tell you guys, what I was thinking about was about things you're interested in, right? So, for example, when I was in year 5 and 6 and I was reading Percy Jackson, I'm sure, actually, how many of you guys relate to this story, the story that I'm about to say? When I was in year 6 or year 5 or year 4, when I was reading a lot of storybooks like Percy Jackson, like Harry Potter, like Direful Wimpy Kid, like Dork Diaries, or The Babysitting Club, I used to read everything. I used to like girls' books, boys' books, pretty much any like little children's books that was in my library, I used to read that. My parents thought I was wasting my time. They kept on telling me, oh, go read science books, go read electricity book, or go read maths books. They told me it's a waste of time. How many of your parents tell you stop reading storybooks and read nonfiction books?
Me.
Me.
Definitely not.
Some merit in what they're saying. There is some merit in the sense that it's good to learn about like the world that we actually live in. But the thing is, if I never read those Greek mythology books and got super nerdy about learning about Greek mythology, I would have never been able to make the connection between keys and soulmates, which then helped me get into Perth Mod, and which then led to all sorts of other cool things. Similarly, I want to tell you a story about a very, very famous person. This person got into university, like his parents forced him to go to university. And after his first semester of studying at university, he got bored of what he was studying and he dropped out. And he spent the next couple of years going to random classes, basically any class that he was actually interested in. And one of the classes that he went into was a class on calligraphy. Have you heard of calligraphy?
Handwriting.
Yeah.
The calligraphy.
The calligraphy is the class in basically how to do beautiful writing, right? How to write beautiful in different fonts, like Arial, I don't know what the other, like Calibri, Sans, whatever. I don't know much about calligraphy or fonts, but he spent a lot of time there. Now, for him, his parents and most people, they would think, oh, what a waste of time. Why are you studying, calligraphy for no reason? And then a couple of months later, his friend comes up to this gentleman and tells him, hey, buddy, I made this computer. Take a look. And his friend made a computer that can connect to a screen, and you can actually see the things you're working on. And together, they started a company, and they named it after a fruit called Apple. Apple Computers. And the man who I'm talking about is Steve Jobs.
Sure, they did a presentation about that.
And because of Steve Jobs, because of the calligraphy class he took, when Apple started making their first computers, the one that became really big hits, he made sure that Apple Computers has an option where you can choose fonts. So today, if you guys use different fonts on your computer, it's because Steve Jobs randomly took a class in calligraphy when he was in university. So to answer Vaiga's question, always go after whatever you're interested in. You'll have no idea where it will lead you. Do you guys understand?
Wait, Melvin.
Yep.
So I've been wanting to ask this for over a year now, but what are like the key
That's a very
components?
scary start of a question. You're waiting a year to ask me this question. Okay, the pressure's on.
Yeah, so what are like the key components or the things that we should focus on for quantitative reasoning?
Okay. Quantitative reasoning at this stage, I wouldn't worry too much. Like you guys literally have, what is it? 5 days left till the gate exam. Well, less than 5 days because tonight you're going to go to sleep and then 9th doesn't count. So you have a few days left. What you should be focusing on the next few days is going through and revising all the important things we learned, remembering some basic things, such as do the easy questions first, try and answer everything, and don't waste too much time on anything. If you do want to do practice, what I would recommend you guys doing is go through abstract reasoning, because abstract reasoning is the easiest place to improve really quickly in a short amount of time, and go through and revise writing. All right, so that's the last question that I'm taking today. I won't be taking any more questions. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 o'clock as well. Same via Zoom. All right.
Melvin.
Sorry, guys. That's the last question I'm taking for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Any questions, I'll answer tomorrow.